Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Rhythmic Lightworker, your she shaman for the foreseeable reading. I hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while since I've posted. Honestly, I have just been like every other starseed out here going through the same things. I integrate, and then must shut down. And when I shut down, I have to heal before I can usually get back up again. Knowing this about myself is why I can usually get back up quicker than usual, but there are a lot of ascension symptoms going on right now, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So ascension symptoms for spiritual enlightenment and awakening are broad, but very specific, just like any other dis-ease that you may have, which is what is going on in your body. You'll have the blues. You'll be fighting with those blues. Especially if you're living in a cold area, the weather affects every fiber of your being. If you live in a place that changes seasons, if it has seasons, you'll understand what I'm trying to say, because I'm just trying to get a video or get something pretty going on here that I can show you guys while I'm trying to focus my video. I'm just honestly just recording this as a way to, get ready, because I have been busy. I have been busy, and just like all of you out here, I have been doing the work. I have been, look at that, time is 8:08 on the clock. I'm just testing my audio, testing my video, and I will explain more as I go for it, but as of right now, I've been on a hiatus, let's put it that way. Actually, no, not exactly a hiatus, more like I started working, and the hard part about doing what I do and what any other spiritual practitioner does, the hardest part is dealing with the people that think that because they are paying you, they may now treat you any kind of way they please. And what they don't understand is that we are divine beings. Do not forget that you're coming to me. And let me say this, I'm fed up. I'm calling judgment on all of the people out there that think it's okay that just because you are calling a hotline, if you will, if you're calling a live lines and you're paying by the minute to get my gifts from me, with as much energy as it takes from me and any reader, if you even knew what you were doing to me every time you argue with me and tell me that, well, I already knew that, tell me more, or whatever it may be. It's really hard with the energy that it takes to do these readings on top of daily activity in life. When you go through what I go through physically, just to stay in balance, to do any kind of readings, I mean, when you hold the energy of the crystalline grid in your physical being every single day, that's sacred. We are sparks of divinity, and I will be treated like what I'm doing is sacred. I will not put up with it. I also will not stoop to that low vibrational frequency, because they are trying to feed off my energy, whether they know it or not. And 9 times out of 10, they're very well aware of it, I've noticed. I've seen entire covens go silent when they see me walk in the room. And that's because all those times they knew something I didn't know. We weren't meant to know just yet. That was the fun part. We get to break this puzzle back together. We get to break it down and then build it back up again after all of the things that we went through and the things that we had to admit to in order for us to stand in our own sovereign spiritual being. And there's some of us that have been here so many times, and we have descended the pathway to darkness as many millions of times as we have ascended the pathway, as we take the ascended pathway into the light. So, in saying that, if you're not coming correctly, you're not allowed to come at all. And I mean that by saying there is a level of sacred energy that we carry, that we earn. It's just true. And once we start to walk in our path and we don't give just do not care what anybody else thinks. They can do whatever and say whatever and treat you however. They can laugh and make fun and they can try to ruin your reputation. But trust me, actions speak louder than words. And the soul tribe knows that. They know all they have to do is go into a meditative state. Now, I want to talk about attacks real quick. Right now, a lot of planets are retrograde. A lot of Saturnian energy is, okay, so if you are in the middle of your practice, if you're in the middle of your sacred ritual and you feel like you just cannot get right, you can't get grounded, you don't know what's going on, your energy needs to be cleared and cleansed. We're naturally picking things up like sponges. This needs to be addressed. Here's why. The cords that are able to anchor into your auric field are only by someone who's thrown an anchor towards you to hold you down. Once you understand energy and you understand that once I realized who I was and what I was here to do, and the reason why all those times that I was being spiritually attacked by my own flesh and blood, sometimes by my own family, well, quote unquote. It's happened to all of y'all. Y'all know what I mean. Smiling in my face and then they blast me in the back. That's all I'm hearing. And it's true. It's because we are meant to inherit and then therefore relearn it from scratch and then teach it. And when you're able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt to yourself that you are able to stand sovereignly and coherently in your own peace after you've been left for dead more times than you can count. Any time you were there for those people were taking advantage of you, and most likely doing spell work over your, passed out self, sleeping self, a lot of substance abuse out of you know, the generations in the last probably, well, ever since prohibition. But I'm getting off track here. What I'm saying is that, you know, when you lapse into a state of being that you are not normally able to, like, say suddenly, every time a certain person comes around, you notice that you get sick, you get drained. It's almost like they come in upset. Even if you're happy, it makes them madder because it triggers that nasty in them. And you will show them nothing but love because that's who you are. And they will not know how to handle or accept it. Because the last time they saw you, they left you for dead. They did spell work over you. They cursed and hexed and did whatever they could. Hired people, practitioners to do magic, would consort with your closest and, you know, literally conspire to, you know, have things taken from you, like family, or, and then every time that person would come around magically, you know, you'll get sick. And they'll always have a plan and an ulterior motive. And the problem with that is that you never move out of it. And therefore, you never expand your consciousness enough to be an intelligent, spiritual worker. Like, you've already done too much. And you know it. And after chance after chance after chance of having a chance to do it differently, you choose in every moment whether you are going to take an irrational 2 steps backward or a positive half a step forward, with just at least knowing that no matter what happens, you know how to protect yourself spiritually, psychically, empathetically. You can give those people a hug and kiss them goodbye, and it doesn't hurt anymore because you were infested with demons. You didn't understand that. But once you begin to awaken and you see that you are the high priestess the whole time they were sending people and paying people to peek in on you and meet you in parking lots to make you think, you know, that you're in a dream. But they're, for some reason, in your dream over and over and over. But every time there's like someone there, like mad at you and screaming at you, but they're in the background just kind of like quietly watching in your dream. The practitioner is sending you a curse that they've put together as a warning to stay away. But then the freaking high practitioner, they start to see, oh, she knows exactly who I am. She has lied to me. She's been lying to me about this person. I've been giving her hexes and curses and, you know, death spells, thinking they're going to work. And guess what? Not only did they bounce back on you, return to sender energy, where it never affects the starseed, the light worker, the one who is actually doing the spiritual work, meditating, tapping into your sacred heart, doing the things, Merkaba activation, using the light body as it's meant to be used for light, doing the work, doing the shadow work, doing the spiritual work that is needed. And it, until you understand how energy and the laws of the universe really work, by stripping away everything you were ever taught, can you then make yourself whole again by realizing that now the very person that was out to get you and hiring that, you know, the voodoo priestesses and the tarot card readers who call themselves witches. You know, they think they're helping this person, poor pitiful thing, and she's being attacked and she's such a horrible person and blah 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 blah. But the whole time, guess what? Now I'm meeting and calling judgment. We're calling judgment on those, first of all, that were going against us to begin with, simply out of spite. Double backing, always being negative, never being positive about nothing, but then we realize, oh, the only one around, the common denominator that whole time was someone else. And you. Take yourself out of it and do the work, do the healing, and you'll eventually get to where you not only uproot every parasite that's latched itself onto your energy field over the last, XYZ amount of years that you've been here, but you're also walking into a new cycle that is nothing like you've ever dealt with before. And it's an amazing, prolific, euphoric, to have, love for yourself. Don't forget that right now, with all the energies in retrograde stalled out, and with all the, the cycle of the moon being void of its course, and also being in the placements that they're in right now, everything is just kind of like in rest mode, because now is not the moment to be making any kind of large decisions. While all these planets are in retrograde, everything stalls out. But this is the time that also watch and be careful of, be mindful, because the veil is very thin between here and spirit right now. So anything that you're saying, you're creating. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, right? So don't forget that, and please just stay as positive as you can, and know that you weren't crazy through those things, and they were giving you imposter syndrome to make you go crazy on purpose. The very person that you trust enough to take to, like, a sacred spot, that it's when you trust someone like that and they stab you in the back, maybe it's more than one person, more than 3, 4, 5, maybe there was someone who called themselves your best friend that you really thought would never do something like that. It's like, instead of us working together, you now used me, went against me. You, entire time, were using your own little ways of witchcraft and, what you learned on TV, and thinking that you are some hot shit. But now it's time to, answer up in karmic court, because we're all calling judgment. Even if that means we're being pulled up on the block ourselves. Because I am ready to take my karma. I know everyone else out here who's serious is ready to take theirs too, in order to call spiritual ranking. Because once the light workers, the ones that are actually divine, figure out exactly why and who is attacking them for absolutely no reason, we are allowed now, through a divine dispensation that we have acquired through spiritual practice and advancement in our spiritual work, we're now allowed to go into spiritual court, haul your butts into spiritual court. And I just want all of us to know what's going on, because you can say, oh, Rhythmic is acting a fool again. Rhythmic don't know what she's talking about. She's shaman. But trust me, you're the only one hearing that. The quicker you wake up, the quicker the judgment, and the swifter the sentence, and then you can get on with it. But no more hauling us workers, the divine, into court. No more lying on it. No more you getting away with attacking people. No more. Now that we know that you all know we know, we're calling judgment. We are done with those who treat children as if they are objects. We are done with those who treat anyone with a little bit of positivity and light in their life as if they are outcasts, because you yourself cannot relate in a group. It takes courage to be yourself. Trust me on that. There is no more separation. There either is or there is not. We're calling judgment anywhere that we are allowed to call judgment, because we now have earned our swords. We have earned our crowns. Now that we do spiritual work for other people, I know the difference in witchcraft, okay, which is an artful, extremely magnificent magic that, if done correctly, with full, pure, innocent intent, is a beautifully awesome, just spectacular. It's hard to explain, right? If done correctly. But the problem with that is that when you're paying other people to hurt somebody spiritually, or even to send a warning, or even try to switch destinies, or, take someone out, spell crafting, it kind of bounces back, doesn't it? It bounces back, and you're like, man, this whole time I'm trying to keep them away from me, but in the end, in doing that, you have to own what happened in order to be forgiven for what's been done. And we've all come to a point where we have forgiven, we have moved on. We don't forget, because we're not meant to forget anything. And all those years that those of us who were destined to fight because of losses in life from young, not self-imposed, the ones that happen outside of yourself, the ones where, you talk down to, until finally one day you're vindicated, because the very person that spent that whole time for 10, 15, 20 years talking all that mess about you, you get on there and look their records up. They put their business all over the internet for anyone and everyone to find out. They'll tell you their name, their age, their sex, they'll tell you every detail. You don't have to ask anything. And then they wonder why their house is getting robbed, while they're on vacation. What happened? Well, you've been posting from the moment that you woke up and bought the tickets. Every single day, still getting ready. Everybody knows you're leaving, you're going, you're leaving. And then you're surprised whenever, I've had it happen to me. Like, you trust the wrong people to be there and be around and see what you are about and where you hide your stuff, and they take advantage of it. And we're calling judgment. We're done. In saying that, may God have mercy on all of our souls. And may all light workers meet me in the city of light. I've got my pyramid activated right now, and there is a portal right now open. I'm gonna keep this video as a direct link. If you hear the tone of my voice during this video, you can assume that my sound will put you directly in the frequency of the light of the pyramid of love and peace. I want to thank everyone for all your likes and subscriptions. Like, I don't have a lot of followers because I haven't been on here in a while, and I have multiple platforms where I stream multiple videos because I want it, Spirit has got message that they want to get out, and I am obedient to the work that I do. And so I may go through a spout where I'm recording tarot card, but I'm not posting them because they are telling me not to post them yet. So I hold on to them, but then I recently, upgraded some of my spiritual technology, if you will, and back. And it has been amazing working, the job that I've been at, and the ability to help so many people in so many different walks of life from so many different countries has been such a blessing to me that I never even saw coming. And so I would like to say that no matter what, I am always on at work. And if you need advice from me, I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to answer questions. I want to give you the guidance and wisdom to answer your own questions, to heal anything you may need to heal by yourself, because you have the ability to do it. And what you've never been told before is that you are the most important person in the world. No one is more important than you are, and no one should be put before you, no matter who they are. And when you feel in your gut, trust it. Trust it. Don't let anyone's words or don't let anyone drop you out of your high vibrational frequency of light and love and grace and ease. No matter what, they're always going to be on the defense. If you run into them and, they're always going to be really crappy, because what you do is you trigger them. But then some of them are meant to be here because of karma. And unfortunately, they're not meant to wake up this time. So they will work a 9-to-5 job, pretend to live their life, stay as messed up as humanly possible, because to be sober is to remember painful memories. Trust me, we all have been there. However, rehabilitation starts inside yourself. Just like anything else, prayer, righteousness, sacredness, divinity. I am an energy and a grid worker, first and foremost. I am a crystalline grid worker. I am a light worker, first and foremost. I may not have known it my whole life, but others did, and looking back, that song, I wish that I knew what I know now when I was younger. Oh, goodness. My kitten's going nuts over here. So, sorry, her name's Penny, and she has a sneezing fit. Anyway, I wish that I knew what I know now when I was younger. I wish that I knew what I know now when I was smarter, stronger. When I was younger, that's a Rod Stewart song. And that's the song of the day. That's the tune that's coming to my mind. I just want to say that right now, a lot of things are changing in our lives. But know that in our life between this life and other lives, we would never not be here for each other. We're here. Reach out in the ethers, and I will be there to receive and give you the best hug and the biggest, ball of light and love that you can accept into your awareness. As for anyone else, if you want any specific readings, if you want any specific topics covered, if you have any questions, I'm here. As always, you can see me here on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit my like and subscribe, because I've gotten tons of likes on my videos. I just don't have a lot of subscribers. I think everyone just forgets. So what I'm going to do is start, putting a reminder on my screen. In the meantime, I hope everyone stays safe, stays loved, because keep your faith, keep your hope, and keep your love, because there's no one greater than the love for yourself and for your creator. Thank you so much. This is Rhythmic Lightworker. Have a wonderful evening and good night.